Hi guys, and welcome to my third part of my entire DVD collection. Alright then, now, I'm getting through this lot now before we move on to the fourth part. Now, let's get started on this pile first, and it's an audience with Billy Connolly. That'll be like a VCI DVD, by the way, to begin with. Anyway, here's the spine with the Cinema Club logo on the top and the back. And here's a disc for an audience with Billy Connolly. Right, moving on to the next one, and it's The Straight Story. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for The Straight Story. Right, next one. License to Kill with Denzel Washington and Don Murray. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for License to Kill. Right, next one. Santa Claus the Movie. Now, this was the last DVD before lockdown started. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for Santa Claus the Movie. Right, next one, and it's Millionaire Dogs. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for Millionaire Dogs. Right, next one, and it's The Forgotten Toys, The Night After Christmas. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for The Forgotten Toys. The Last Polar Bears, which is the next one. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for The Last Polar Bears. Right, last three Cinema Club DVDs now, and it's Flight of a Navigator. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for Flight of a Navigator. Next one, and it's The Land That Time Forgot. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for The Land That Time Forgot. Short Circuit. Spine and the back. Life is not a malfunction. And here's a disc for Short Circuit. Right, moving on to the last couple of these DVDs from the pile now. And this is Terry Wogan, One-on-One. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for Terry Wogan, One-on-One. Right, next one, and it's the complete series of Walking with Dinosaurs on DVD. Spine and the back. And here's disc 1 and disc 2. Next one, and it's Walking with Beasts, the complete series. From a Time the World Forgot. Spine and the back. And here's disc 1 and disc 2. Right, moving on to the next one now, and this movie was the very first time that I used to go to the cinemas when I was very either little or when I was about 9 or 10. Anyway, here's the movie, and it's the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Yeah, because you see, this was the very first film that I actually watched in the cinemas years ago. But I don't know what theatre it is though, because it's been a long time since then. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Oh, did I forget to mention, viewers? Now, that DVD, however, I know on the back it doesn't have a DVD-1 feature in it, but it does have a game demo of it from a DVD disc. Did anyone know that? Well, if anyone doesn't, then check it out on the Internet Archive to find out. Right, next one, and it's Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of a Were-Rabbit. That's the second film that I saw in the cinema, but also the first time in Cineworld as well. That was way before I got that DVD. Spine and the back. And here's disc 1 and disc 2 for cracking extras. Right, last one of that pile, and this is the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. Spine and the back. And here's the disc for the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water. Right, next one. We're moving on to this pile now. And this is the Tommy Cooper Hour. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for the Tommy Cooper Hour. Right, next one, and it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Spine and the back, and it's got the Roger Rabbit shorts on this one. And here's a disc for Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Next one, and this is Porridge, the Christmas Specials. Spine and the back, and it's got 2 episodes like No Way Out and The Desperate Hours. And here's a disc for the Christmas Specials. Right, next one, and we're moving on to Porridge DVDs from series 1 and 3. Now, starting with the first one, and it's Porridge, series 1. Spine and the back, and don't worry, this is for real, because I got that one on DVD now. And here's a disc. Right, next one, and it's Porridge series 2. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for Porridge series 2. And here's Porridge series 3. Spine and the back. And here's the disc. Right, next one, and we're moving on to Open All Hours now. Starting with series 1. Spine and the back. And here's the disc. Right, next one, series 2 of Open All Hours. Spine and the back. And here's the disc for Open All Hours series 2. Right, moving on to the next one, and this is the very best of One Foot in the Grave on DVD. I don't believe it. Yeah, I just couldn't resist. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for the very best of One Foot in the Grave. Right, next one, and it's Yes Prime Minister. Oh no, sorry, Yes Minister series 2. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for Yes Minister series 2. Right, next one, and it's Wallace and Gromit's Free Cracking Adventures. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for Free Cracking Adventures with a Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers, and a Close Shave. Next one, and it's The Story of Only Fools and Horses. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for The Story of Only Fools and Horses. Right, and here's Yes Minister series 1 and 3 now. And here's series 1. Yeah, sorry if I missed that one. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for Yes Minister series 1. And here's Yes Minister series 3 and Party Games. That'll be the Christmas special, by the way. Spine and the back. And here's your series disc 2 and disc 1. Right, last one before I take a break, and this is Robbie the Reindeer, The Whole Herd. Spine and the back. It's got 3 shorts like Hooves of Fire, Legend of a Lost Tribe, and Close Encounters of a Herd Kind. And here's a disc for Robbie the Reindeer. Alright viewers, right, I'm just going to take a break for a minute. See you in a bit. Alright viewers, well I'm just back from a break now. Sorry if I kept you waiting. But anyway, let's move on to the next pile. And it's Shaun the Sheep movie. And this one was a brilliant film because it was based because it was Shaun the Sheep's first movie, well, since his first cameo appearance in A Close Shave. Spine and the back. Right, and I might as well take this out so that I can show it to you. Just bear with me for a minute. Right, anyway, here's the front. Spine again. And the back. And here's a disc for Shaun the Sheep movie. There we go. Right, next one, and it's Wreck-It Ralph. Now, Wreck-It Ralph was one of my favourite films of all time because it's all about video games and stuff. See, there's Sonic the Hedgehog. Meow. Yeah, I'm only kidding. He doesn't say that on Wreck-It Ralph, though, but only on the new one, though. And there's Ralph. I'm gonna wreck it! Yeah, sorry about that. Spine and a back. Oh, it's got short film Paperman. And here's a disc for Wreck-It Ralph. Right, next one, and it's Dastardly and Muttley in their Flying Machines, Volume 1. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Dastardly and Muttley. Right, next one, and it's Yogi Bear. Oh, I'm smaller than the average bear. Yeah, I'm only kidding. Yeah, very sorry about that. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Yogi Bear, the movie. Right, next one, and it's B-Movie. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for B-Movie. Right, moving on to the Clarkson DVDs now, starting with Powered Up. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Powered Up. Right, next one, and it's Clarkson, the Italian Job. Spine and a back. Right, I'll just take that out. Anyway, here's the back, spine again, and the front. Anyway, here's disc 1, and there's disc 2. Right, and I'll sort that out later. Right, next one, and it's Clarkson Duel. Spine and a back. And here's Clarkson Duel. Right, next one, Thriller. Spine and a back. And here's the disc for Thriller. Clarkson Supercar Showdown. Spine and a back. And here's the disc for Clarkson Supercar Showdown. Right, and moving on to the next one, and it's Clarkson, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Clarkson, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Right, next one, and this is the last Clarkson DVD now, and it's Heaven and Hell. It also features the 2 Entertain logo, because it was the first one to be releasing. Spine, and here it is, speaking of which, and a back. And here's a disc for Heaven and Hell. Right, next one, and we're moving on to 3 more DVDs. Starting with this one, and it's Wile E. Coyote. Oh yeah, and this is my favourite sort of cartoon, because that's where Wile E. Coyote tries to chase a road runner. Spine and a back. It's got a lot of these episodes like beep beep, going, gosh, sipping along, stop, look and hasten, ready, steady, zoom, guided muscle, gee whiz, there you go, scrambled eggs, zoom aboard, woe be gone. That's all the episodes. Oh yeah, and I do have 4 episodes that are not Wile E. Coyote related, which is Cheese Chasers, The Dover Boys, Mouse Wreckers, oh yeah, and even, can't we say it, A Bear for Punishment. That's starring the 3 bears. One little bear who's been a bit gruff anyway. Anyway, here's a disc. And see, I got most of these DVDs anyway, so I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, here's Taz. No, I'm only kidding. Of course I'm not acting like one. I'm just showing you. Anyway, here's a spine and a back. And it's got all these episodes like The Dog, The Turtle Story, Like Father, Like Son, Fights of Passage, War and Pieces, Airborne Head, It's No Picnic, Kiwi, a La King. And here's a disc. Right, last one of this pile. And this is Sue Troublous. Now, I hear that this film was very good. Yeah, because it's got Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps. Yeah, and they're both working together to keep the country, well, animal country safe. Spine and the back. And here's the disc for Sue Troublous. Right, that's that pile done. Right, last pile now. Starting with the Shrek collection first. And this is Shrek. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Shrek. Right, moving on to the next one, and this is Shrek 2. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Shrek 2. Right, 2 more Shrek DVDs, and this is Shrek the Third. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Shrek the Third. Right, last Shrek DVD now, and this is Shrek Forever After, the final chapter. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Shrek Forever After. Right, next one, and it's the Snowman live stage show. Yeah, sorry about the writing on the bit here. Yeah, because I got that one from CEX a couple of months back, way before the lockdown began. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for the Snowman live stage show. Okay, moving on to the next one, and it's Chicken Run. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Chicken Run. Right, next one, and it's The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And this is a Disney film, by the way, not the BBC version, because I've got the BBC version of it on video. Spine, and here's the back. Now, if I take that out and see, it's got the different front, which is basically the original release. Spine and the back. And here's a disc for the Narnia film. Right, I'll sort that out later. Right, next one, and it's Tuned. That's something to do with McLaren. Spine and the back. And it's got these 12 episodes like Wheel Nuts, Slicks, Track to the Future, Beyond the Limit, Lift Story, Gone with the Wind, The Rising Sun, Lecture Circuit, Strictly Bollywood, Photo Finish, Sidetracked, and A Glitch Too Far. Right, I might as well take that disc out. There we go. And here's a disc for Tuned. Right, next one, and it's Shaun the Sheep, Abracadabra, Spine, and a back. And here's a disc. Right, moving on to the next one, and it's The Cat in the Hat by Mike Myers. Spine and a back. And here's the disc. Right, next one, and it's Kung Fu Panda 3. Spine and a back. And here's a disc for Kung Fu Panda 3. Right, next one, and it's Jeremy Clarkson's Motorsport Mayhem. Spine and a back. And here's a disc. Right, last 3 now, and this is Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. Spine and a back. And here's a disc. Right, next one, Only Fools and Horses, Jolly Boys Outing, and Rodney Comes Home. Spine and a back. Here's disc 1 and disc 2. That's the Jolly Boys Outing and Rodney Comes Home. Last one, and it's Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Spine and a back. Now, if I could take that out. Right, there we go. Here's disc 1 and disc 2. So there you go, viewers. That's pretty much all I can show you in this pile now. And that's pretty much about it for now. And we'll see you in the next part for more DVDs. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.